In today's video, I want to give you guys another update on the PlayStation 5, and Sony's focus on PS5 DualSense haptics tech is due to PS4 already having pretty much maxed out the audio-visual experience. We'll talk that. If you guys aren't aware, Final Fantasy XIV is getting a pretty big patch, and it will be live tomorrow with major updates for newcomers. You'll want to have a look at that, and select DualShock 4 colors return this month. So you can check those out if you are interested. Alright, first up, coming from Immersion, the CEO of Immersion, the company behind the DualSense haptics technology, has talked about Sony's focus on haptics for the upcoming console generation. A lot has been written about the upcoming DualSense controller for Sony's next-gen console, and they noted, "We believe that Sony has done a wonderful job delivering an amazing surround sound experience over the years. That experience is pretty much maximized. In other words, it's kind of hard to increase it by a significant amount, and the same thing with the video. The incredible graphics on the PS4 will be improved with the PlayStation 5, but we're getting to that point where it is quite an outstanding experience, and therefore the question is, where do you go next?" Which is why we believe Sony and other gaming consoles are starting to focus on haptics. It's kind of the third experience to get you more immersed in the game. He continued by saying, "And more importantly, it is an experience that has been standard so far, and that is a brand new experience, and that is singularly differentiated by haptics," he told investors, "and we're very excited about this, not just because Sony is doing it, but we believe that kind of experience will be the norm and the standard going forward." Haptics technology has been a big talking point when it comes to PlayStation 5, and it feels pretty interesting to know why they're going down this route. If audio-visual experience has been maxed out, which I think there's still some innovation that can be done on that end, but haptics is definitely a technology that implemented into next generation, I think that could provide an interesting gaming experience. Really, it comes down to implementation and execution, because sometimes we see gimmicks on platforms and controllers and consoles in general, and sometimes they don't pan out all too well. I mean, I remember motion controls on the Nintendo Wii, and some games were able to implement it so well. Like, I look at a Resident Evil 4, and that game did motion controls so well. And then you've got things like the touchpad on the PlayStation 4, and there are some games that I don't think execute that all too well. When it comes down to technology like this, it really always comes down to execution and implementation, because some developers can be incredibly innovative with it. Other developers, they try something, and I give them a lot of credit for trying something new and trying something original, but sometimes it doesn't work out the best. But it's gonna be a learning process. You gotta try different things. You gotta see what really clicks and what doesn't. And I think with haptics technology, it's gonna be something where a lot of games just do really click on that, and I do think it's gonna be something that does enhance our gaming experience. Alright, moving on from that, Final Fantasy XIV Online Patch 5.3 live tomorrow with major updates for newcomers. A lot of updates are coming. First, there are some big changes coming to Final Fantasy XIV free trial tomorrow, which is being expanded to not only include the full base game of Realm Reborn, but also the complete first expansion, Heaven's Ward, and all content updates through patch 3.56. That is a ton of content. Like, if you just want to jump into the game as a free trial, that means you can experience a lot of the game, and the game gets really good once you head into Heaven's Ward, so you are getting some high quality stuff. In addition to that, there are a number of other features that will now be accessible to all free trial players. The level cap for all classes and jobs for the free trial has been increased to level 60, so again, that's a significant amount of games. Players can try out a total of 13 different jobs, including the 3 jobs added with Heaven's Ward, Dark Knight, Machinist, and Astrologian. The Awa race is now available to play. The Palace of the Dead has now been fully unlocked, and players can traverse as far as the deepest floor. Updates to the Realm Reborn main scenario questline. The free trial expansion isn't the only exciting change. The Realm Reborn's main scenario questline will be updated and streamlined to allow new players to experience the best story while also advancing to Heaven's Ward and beyond just a bit more quickly. We hope that whether you're playing the game for the first time or going back to experience this updated story again, you'll enjoy the excitement of a Realm Reborn again. If you're new to the game, you can try and play any role, and you can start off for free, and there's going to be a lot of great stuff that's going to be implemented with this update. By the way, the story of Heaven's Ward and Final Fantasy XIV in general is really good. It starts off a little bit slow, and yes, A Realm Reborn is a little bit of a slog to get through, and, you know, investing a lot of time into a game for the story to get good later on, that is a little bit of an ask, but it's an MMO, and if you're familiar with MMORPGs, you kind of know how it works. But Final Fantasy XIV, from Heaven's Ward, Stormblood, and then Shadowbringers, it has as good of a story as any other Final Fantasy game, maybe even better than some. And if you look at the game from some of the boss battles, if you look at the game from the music is excellent. Like, if you have the Shadowbringer expansion, just boot up that menu song, and man, it is just such a grandiose song, is the best way I could put it. It just feels like a heavy hitter of a song, and then you actually play the game, and there's so many sick tracks to the game. I can't say enough good things about FF14, given the fact that we went from Final Fantasy XIV to how garbage of a game that was back in whatever it was, 2011, 2010. And now it's legitimately a great MMO experience, and it's getting better and better all the time. And Shadowbringers was great. The next expansion is going to come at some point, and the story is going to be continued on that end as well. It's just great, and one of Square Enix's really successful hits over the last few years. And Square Enix obviously has been trying to establish new properties. Final Fantasy XIV has been one that has really stuck for them, and that's great to see. Alright, lastly, I do want to note that select DualShock 4 colors return in stock this month. The DualShock 4 wireless controller family has continued to grow since its launch almost 7 years ago. We've introduced more than 25 colors in total globally, ranging from the classic jet black and wave blue to the electric sunset orange and red crystal. Today, we're happy to announce that we're bringing back some of the most recent stylish designs this August at participating retailers globally, including a berry blue, red camouflage, rose gold, and steel black. Check with your local retailers for availability and price. Alongside the returning styles, check out the full range of DualShock 4 controllers that are currently available, and I'll leave a link where you can check that out. Now, with all of the color schemes available for DualShock 4 controllers, guys, there's gonna be a lot of DualSense controllers color schemes as well. I don't know if that's going to be right out of the gate, but they know how to market this thing. They know that these controllers in different color schemes are going to sell, and they're going to want to make money. What I'm scared of when it comes to DualSense and getting extra controllers is what's that price going to be? You're talking about implementing haptics technology, and you're talking about that controller being a little bit more weighty, being a little bit more of an improved controller, a big improvement, in fact, and controller prices generationally have been going up and up and up. To this generation, controllers are $65. I cannot imagine any timeline where DualSenses are gonna be $65. I imagine $75, maybe even $80, and yes, that sounds pretty pricey. I could even fathom a world where they're $100, but circling back to this, you're going to be able to check out some of the controller colors that have been going out of stock. You know, they don't sell them regularly, but you can check out berry blue, rose gold, and more colors as they return in August. Remember that these controllers will work on PlayStation 5, however, only to play PlayStation 4 games. PlayStation 5 games will utilize features on the DualSense controller, and they're trying to move people into using the DualSense controller, so they're not going to do compatibility that way, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But that's going to conclude this video. Again, Sony's focus on PlayStation 5 DualSense haptics tech is due to PlayStation 4 already having pretty much maxed out the audio-visual experience, so it'll be interesting to see how developers do end up implementing that. Final Fantasy XIV Online Patch 5.3 is live tomorrow with major updates, and if you're going to be playing the free trial, you can get a lot of content out of that as well. And select DualShock 4 controllers colors return this month. We're talking berry blue, rose gold, and more colors are coming back in August. Circling back for a second, FF14, that free trial is so sick, and I highly recommend a lot of you guys to check that out if you're interested in giving an MMO a shot. Maybe you played FF14 a little bit initially and then you couldn't get really into it. Try it again. I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun with that. But that's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.